Salutations. It's Dev.
Hey, what are you doing?
Back again, man. Another episode of Ravens fantasy franchise. And that's what we want to call it right now. Last episode, did our fantasy draft. Talked back and forth with y'all about, what the year was like in 2004. If you're just tuning in now to the second episode, first episode, we covered all of that, kind of giving y'all the surface of what 2004 was like. So yeah, we here now. We ended the episode with trying to figure out if we could actually take and move some people around. We were successful in moving a couple of people around. As you can see, we improved our defense. I think that was a 79 before we left last episode, and our offense was an 84. We made a couple of moves. If we look at our roster to see the moves that we made, we did end up bringing in Peter Warrick. We thought about bringing in Dante Stallworth, but they wanted too much. They wanted us to bring in Peter. They wanted us to trade Peter Warrick and somebody else, I think, from our defense. And I think it might have been Peter Warrick and it might have been Darren Woodson, which we really need Darren Woodson at this point, just to kind of get us to the next chapter for our free safeties. Honestly, in 04-05, I'm not sure what safeties come out that year. I know it was a few really good defensive guys that came out in the 04 year to be in the draft. This is the year kind of sort of when you got your Mike Williams of the world for wide receivers. You got your Larry Fitzgerald of the world with your wide receivers. You got Reggie Williams as well from I think from Washington. You got a few people that come out in 04 in that draft. I think Jason White, I believe, comes out in that draft too as a quarterback. You obviously got, I want to say Willie Parker might come out as a running back, I believe, this year in the 04-05 year. You also got Eli Manning comes out. It's a lot of people that come out, put it that way. Yeah, I believe this is the year that Alex Smith, Aaron Rodgers, those type of people come out. Or you know what? Matter of fact, I think Alex Smith is the following year in the 05-06 year. So I think we have to go one more year. Eli Manning, this has Ben Roethlisberger, et cetera, et cetera. So even if we get somebody like Big Ben to come on this team and really make a difference, I feel like that's one person that could probably fit that quarterback for us. Right now, I'm just, kind of set and I feel like, we got who we feel like we need to get, as far as just, being able to be a good enough team to be successful, to just make the playoffs. I feel like we take a look around at some of the I actually don't want to look at player stats. I want to look at something else. Not the standings, but we could go standings, I guess. I don't think there's a power ranking right now because we're in the first week of the preseason. But if we look at who's on the schedule, let's look at our team schedule. Let's not even look at preseason, regular season. Obviously, being in the AFC North, we're facing off against our division rivals a few times. The Bengals, the Browns, Steelers. Bengals, Browns, and Steelers. Let's see, we got Eagles this year, obviously. That's the schedule we're going off of. I want to look at who's really in our division, so let's look at that. I'm not going to play preseason, but we're going to do some trainings on this video. Let's look at the Steelers. Steelers got a solid team. Champ Bailey's the best 5 players on their team. Champ Bailey, Keith Brooklyn. We ain't going to count David Akers, even though he was the truth back then. Michael Lewis, Word Gunn. Michael Sinclair, not sure who this guy is, but he's 35 years old. He's up there. Plaxico Burress, wow, they ended up actually keeping him. Terrell Suggs is probably somebody that we should probably try to target and stuff like that and see what we can do to try to get him too. Because if we can upgrade and get somebody better than Sean Barber, I'll take it. But Sean Barber, for now, he's really fast on that end. And he's a good serviceable player to play for the Chiefs and I believe the Cowboys, but I'm pretty sure he played for the Chiefs. It might have been Chiefs and the Eagles, honestly. Once again, outside of the Steelers, obviously we're in a division. Browns. Steve McNair. Okay. Leonard Davis isn't bad. Marcus Stroud, beast. Eric Warfield, another good player. Donald Driver, he's good too. Bonnie Holiday, is this Bonnie Holiday? Yeah, Bonnie Holiday. Okay, they drafted Mike Peterson. Oh, got Corey Simon too, and they got Travis Henry. So this is not a bad team. I feel like this team is probably going to be well balanced. I feel like they'll be, with them having Donald Driver, you know what I'm saying, and having Travis Henry and a good quarterback at least. I think they'll be a formidable opponent. Their line is really nothing to really write home about. I feel like Maurice Williams, we remember him, Leonard Davis, and obviously Jeff Backus. Yeah, so they don't have like a great team, but they have an alright team. They have a good player, I feel like, at a lot of the skill positions. So it's not a great player, but probably like a really good player, I would say. You got Eric Warfield, really good player at a key position or skill position. Marcus Stroud, Bonnie Holiday. These are good people on the ends to have. Corey Simon, really good nose tackle to have. Great quarterback at the time. Steve McNair, really good to have. Travis Henry still coming to his own, but really good enough to have. And they got Donald Driver, so they should be a pretty fun matchup, play against them. Let's look at the Bengals, see who's there. And the Bengals, Simeon Rice. Chris Jenkins, bro, if you know anything about Buccaneers and you know anything about the Panthers back then, bro, they had some pretty good defenses, bro. And then when they got Corey Gamble, it was over for the Panthers defense, bro. Mike Minter, Corey Gamble, Ricky Manning back there, Dan Morgan on the side. They had Julius Peppers, Chris Jenkins. It was just like a really good team. I feel like on defense. Donnie Edwards, okay, we remember him. Donnie Edwards, I think, played for the Chargers, I believe, back then. Dre Bly, really good player for the Lions. Sleeper pick, honestly, in like Madden 04 and Madden 03, honestly, man. Damian Willie, okay. So this is going to be pretty fun, I feel like. I don't think they have a good quarterback for real. Nope. Patrick Ramsey, bro. Washington special. This bull is a bum, honestly. Patrick Ramsey wasn't that good, at least in the video games. Probably had like 1 or 2 good years, honestly, where he was just a serviceable quarterback. James Thrash, thought I'd never see this name again. Dennis Northcutt. So he doesn't go to the Browns, and the Bengals end up drafting him. So Randy McMichael, not bad, ex-Dolphin. But I feel like out of the teams, we probably going to struggle with this one more, just from a defensive standpoint, because this is a really good defense right here, I feel like. Obviously, I think Steelers, you know what I'm saying, like with Keith Brooken and Champ Bailey and Michael Lewis, the secondary to, like, Mike Lewis, underrated, bro. Not sure who this guy is, but I feel like, this team right here, next to the Browns, or next to the Bengals, might be a really, formidable opponent. On offense, I feel like we can do something with this team right here when it comes to matching up with them. They don't have no really explosive wide receivers, for real. The Bengals, they have a couple of explosive wide receivers, you know what I'm saying? But we're not worried about James Thrash. Chris Chambers, he's a problem, though, even though he's under 6 foot. We match up pretty well with them. We got a couple of fast people. But, on defense, is, another thing that we probably going to struggle with a little bit. This guy's 6'6". I think he was like 6'6" or 6'5" in real life. They got David Patton on their team. So, not a bad team. Work done, too. He's a dual threat out of the backfield. So, we're going to have, fun with this team. Mark Brunell, he's obviously at the end of his career at this point. But, It's gonna be fun, man. Let's do some training camp, man. Let's figure this out. Really, I want to do rushing attack, and we doing LaDainian Tomlinson. We doing LT, bro. We about to get him situated, bro. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be doing a whole lot more. We're going to be doing a lot of running. And outside of our running, we obviously going to be doing a lot of play action, I feel like, too. So everything is going to be predicated more so off the run. We're going to be doing some screens to let LT kind of sort of do what he can do. Use him to his strengths. He's a beast, so we can kind of run him up the middle and break to the outside, honestly. LT is just that type of guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we're going through the gaps and stuff like that, he can break a lot of tackles. So it's just like something where as though we're going to be really good running the ball. I feel like a typical Ravens offense, for real, where we have a great run game and we don't have a lot of receivers to throw to, but we got some dynamic players. What was I about to say? We got some dynamic players, honestly, on the offensive end for a wide receiver. You know, we got somebody on the end like Peter Warwick, you know what I'm saying, where I feel like he's going to be good in the special teams. And I think he's going to be good too, just giving us some type of threat, I feel like, on a lot of wheel routes too. I'm going to use him on wheel routes, honestly, to that outside to kind of get him, you know, out the slot to get him where he needs to go. I really honestly feel like somebody also, I think we got, what was it, Desmond Howard, I believe it was. Oh, not Desmond Howard. I'm trying to remember his name right now, bro. Yeah, I think it might be Desmond Howard. Yeah, Desmond Howard, I believe. We got that wide receiver from Green Bay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, he's the guy that returned the kick return, I believe, in the Super Bowl for the touchdown. In the Super Bowl that they won, where Reggie White just looked like a beast, bro. So we got him. We got a couple. So basically, we got a couple of people like that's in the secondary. I mean, that's in the special teams that'll really make a difference. But you know, they shifty, fast people. Looks like I think we got like a development point for him too, since we got a gold, I believe, on this one. So did we get that? Yes, we got a skill point. All right, bet we got a skill point to level up. Let's do pocket protector. The pocket protector, we obviously gonna try to get our line better, so we're gonna get Kanye Shrug in that joint. This is another pivotal, I think, part of our just line, bro. We want to keep getting our young guys better. Andrewsy's a good Andrewsy's like a good person on our line, honestly. We obviously know what we got in Matt Burke. We know what we got in Walter Jones, you know what I'm saying? So we got some people, actually we're gonna try that again. We got some people that we feel like we can do a lot with, man, on our line. Kanye Shrug is like one of the missing pieces to that, man. You don't let him get the, oh my gosh, bro. One more time and we ain't doing it anymore. I'm not focused. Kanye Shrug is like kind of like one of our missing pieces, I feel like, to our line just being really, really good too. Just all around the front. And it helps that he is a younger player, you know what I'm saying? So it's like Forney is going to be one of our keys. We're going to let him get hit with that joint as well. I don't really care like that. But Forney is going to be one of our key people that we feel like is going to be just somebody on that edge that can really help with the protections a lot more too. So we got a good left tackle. We got a good center. That makes a difference too as well. Outside of the center, we have a good guard. If we can get our other guard to be on par with that, man, us having Werner or Wiener makes makes a difference too, I feel like, as well. So we got two Falcons on that other side with Forney and Wiener. And we just gonna stop that here, man. we ain't gonna get a skill point, but we gonna get some type of developmental stuff. Yeah, so get our XP up. You know what I'm saying? Chase and tackle drill. We're not doing a bunch of these, but chase and tackle drill, we're gonna do that with Sean Barber. Get him in the mix. Really hard to get LT, bro. Not to be underestimated, bro. Meet him in the hole. Oof. Got him, man. We got a fumble. Met him in the hole. A little early, though, but we got him. So, doing these type of drills is really going to help us, I feel like. A little early. But doing these type of drills is really going to help us, you know, playing with somebody like a LT. It's really vital. I feel like we play against like kind of the running backs that we feel like is going to give us a lot of trouble. In our division, we have like speedy running backs. Obviously, we have Travis Henry. He's a little bit more balanced, but we got somebody like a Ward Dunn who is really, you know what I'm saying, shifty and fast out the backfield. LT has exceptional speed, bro. Very exceptional speed. So it's like he's gonna put a lot of moves on us, bro.
What?
And he's gonna get us to the point where we be ready for game day, honestly, man. So I like the way you know, as I think about the team and what we got, I think we got a solid O-line, bro. And I'm just yapping at this point, but we got a solid O-line. We could improve at receiver a little bit. Ashley Lally is over there as well. I forgot to mention him a little bit earlier when talking about our playmakers at wide receiver, because I feel a way about Hakeem Ward, man. And obviously the other guy on the special teams that I feel like can do a lot more for us too. So with those people, man, on the line, our LT at running back, that's going to be a great recipe for destruction for the rest of the standings, man, when it comes to our division. And then maybe possibly the AFC, man. Of course, we got the other people that we got to worry about, man. But I feel like, you know, Culpepper, the better quarterbacks in the game besides Peyton Manning. I think Peyton Manning went to Tennessee, but that's the best quarterback in the game, at least on 04 right now, where it looks like for this roster. But for as far as quarterback wise, like Steve McNair is the best quarterback we feel like, I think, in the AFC. I think Tom Brady went to the AFC as well, but Mike Vick, another cheat code in the game, he's at the Buccaneers. Donovan McNabb, I think matter of fact, Donovan McNabb, I believe, is with the Jaguars. I believe he might be, so I'm not really entirely sure, but like we even need practice with Adam Vinatieri. I'm not really entirely sure, but I don't think a lot of people are in the AFC as far as like when it comes to you know, just really good quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we can really kind of like take it by storm, man, when it comes to like, we have like a middle of the road kind of serviceable quarterback, but at the same time, with us having a middle of the road serviceable quarterback, we really in a situation. Ooh, that was terrible. Yeah, Red Bull. So with us having a serviceable quarterback, damn, that was a little bit better, but worse. Oh my gosh, why do I keep doing this too fast? With us being in a situation where trying to get as many kicks as I can off in this like these seconds that they allow us to have. But honestly, I feel like with us having, you know, kind of the advantage in other positions and stuff like that, man, we ain't got to worry about no quarterback really dicing us up in our division. We don't have to worry about no running back really going crazy in our division. We got the best running back clearly in our division. We got probably like the second best running back in the game, I think, at this point. Actually, LT might be the best because I think it's like Sean Alexander, Priest Holmes, like it's them type players. So it's like we got them and the running backs, you know, as far as like the advantage there. And we got a pretty good O-line, bro. Like it's pretty balanced for us, man, honestly, if I really want to be honest about it, man. So I feel like the area to get better at clearly right now is dang, bro, that's crazy. See if we can get this last one off. We had to really just like kind of like let that joint go. But the area that, and we just gonna let him rock for real, because he's a 91, 99 already. But the area really to get better in for us is probably quarterback and wide receiver if we can. But we want to develop our wide receivers, man. Speaking of our wideouts, man, let's do a little wide receiver battle. I forgot to mention we got Antonio Gates too, so we got an option off the backfield. I mean, off the line for real that can really cause some trouble, and he has a hidden development trait. So let's see what they made him in this game. Drew Bennett, red zone target. You know what I'm saying? Desmond Howard. Yep, I was right. So we got a red zone target. We got an up and coming wide receiver that can really, we feel like can develop a little bit more. Peter Warrick. I mean, if anything, we can probably get rid of Drew Bennett or Desmond Howard and kind of like add another person to this mix. That's going to be another person to play third fiddle. Peter Warrick, we want to use him in specialty situations to kind of like really put him in position to shine, bro. We don't have nobody really to draw a lot of the attention to, so we gotta actually kind of put ourselves in position with making this guy better, which is actually the league. And then if we make him better, we can be in a situation where now we draw all of that attention away from him. We draw all the attention away from him and we put it on the next person. And the next person would be Peter Warrick in that situation. So Drew Bennett is more so he's gonna run a lot of the routes for us, but he's gonna be that person that we kind of lean on towards, like when we in the red zone, man. So we're gonna try again one more time, see if we can get him some points on this one, man. So we're kind of aiming to get him a goal. It's gonna be difficult, man. Get that. I like that one. Got in there, 200. Ooh, knock this off, I swear. Go, got it out there. Let's go. Got it. Hey. Think. I'll take that one. We got him at a silver. If we can get him at a gold, bro, this is amazing. Ooh, got it. I'll take that one. We didn't get it though. We gotta clip that one though. Whatever. We can clip it another time. Got him at silver. That was a good catch though to secure that one in there. But the more we develop him over week, I think we'll be really good. We got a skill point at least for that. Let's see. Target passing or do pocket presence? I think we're just gonna do pocket presence, bro. We ain't gonna really do much more. I don't want to do a lot more of these drills, but I want to get some. Get some of our things kind of in the books for this, so we can go to preseason, man, and see what we're working with, man, on the field. In this fantasy franchise, we're gonna play both sides of the ball. What was happening? Why? I have to say. Passing the square. What's going on? But we're gonna play both sides of the ball, opposed to how we play our other one. We play our other one that way because we obviously got our quarterback Derek Morrison over there, and we really be building on that side of the ball, which is offensive side of the ball as our quarterback. Can we get this guy a trophy though? That's the question. Can we get this guy a trophy? Nope, we cannot. So we're gonna try again one more time. See what we can get from this young. Let's try our best not to get sacked, bro. Here we go. Here we go, got it. And Cordell Stewart is like, we're not expecting a lot from him, bro, honestly. Like I said before, pretty serviceable quarterback, but he never really reached his potential on what he could be in Pittsburgh. So situation where he probably didn't get a chance to like shine, but I think he also like was not healthy a couple of times too. So it's like, it's not even a situation where we feel like he's going to do more for us. It's kind of crazy because you had Cordell Stewart in Pittsburgh. Charlie Batch was in Pittsburgh too. You also had the other guy's name, Tommy Maddox. That's the guy name. Tommy Maddox is the quarterback that was like the starter over there in Pittsburgh. And when Maddox kind of went down, that's when Ben Roethlisberger took over. Stewart did some things, but he didn't really do a lot, bro. So it's going to be so funny to see the dynamic happen again in a division rival, which is the Ravens, opposed to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But this team, man, we're not going as far as he can take us. We're going as far as the rest of the team can take us. He's just a serviceable wideout, man. I mean, serviceable quarterback. Let's do trench battle and let's do Javon Curse. Honestly, I forgot about Javon Curse on our end that we have, bro. It's another solid position that we have. Let's get through here. Let's get through there. We're just gonna get through. So that was pretty good. Through. Swim. Through. Swim through. Got it. One more rep. We hope we can get gold on this one. But if we don't, it is what it is. Damn. Push this out. Alright, whatever. We take the skill points we can get, or not the skill points, the XP we can get from this instead of the skill points. Take our little XP and go our little merry little way. So we're going back out of this. We ain't doing no more training camp drills, exercises, none of that crap. When we're looking at our depth chart, we're going to make sure we got who's supposed to be starting. Obviously, we're good here. Obviously, we got Justin Griffin. Okay, we're good there. Ashley Lee. Let's bring Peter Work into the fold. Howard, you're going to be down here. There we go. Okay, so Walter Jones, Juicy, Fournier. Oh, he's starting at right guard. Why is he starting at right guard? All right, let's put Evans there. Fournier start at left guard. Let's start Andrews at right guard. Matt Burke. Todd Wade. Oh, we don't have Werner. We have Todd Wade. Okay. That's not bad. Got Todd Wade. On our right end. Why is he starting? Okay, Sanderson can be starting at left end. Right end, we got to start Curse. Darwin Walker. Got him. Pretty solid, man. Sean Barber. We want to put Sean Barber in his natural position, so we got to put Sermon here for a second and then put Barber here, Sean Barber, and then kind of like do this like this and put Boss Bailey as the backup. We're going to leave Boss Bailey as this, backup is going to be this guy. You know what? Yeah, we're going to actually switch it around like that and put Sermon there. Wilson, Jamie Duncan. I feel like Jamie Duncan is a familiar name. Not sure though. this is what our cornerbacks kind of look like. And we just gonna have to rock like that, man. Honestly, I think we're good in that regard. If they draft us a good punter, no, that's where we going. I don't know what it is. One person we're gonna have starting on kick returns is these two right here. We want them to be a threat, man. That's just what we rocking with. Howard, we're gonna actually sit you, bro. You're not gonna be the returner. Howard, you can actually be third in that regard. But Peter Warwick, we're gonna let you kind of rock at punt return, bro. See what you can do. Kickoff starter, we got that. We're good there. Network, long snapper. We don't have a better long snapper, obviously. Third down running back. TJ Duggan's been developing that. We're gonna get him some snaps and stuff like that. But with Daniel Thompson, gonna be that for now. Power running back. We actually gonna put Duckett as a power running back. Slot receiver. We actually want Ward there, and then Howard, and then McKnight. That's what that's gonna be. Okay, so this is good. This is good. That's good. That's good. So, all right. So we should be good. Let's go back. It's auto saving. And actually, let's see how we do for preseason. Let's advance to similar to the regular season. You know what? We can probably advance to the bye. No, it's similar to the regular season. Similar to 10 years. It's crazy. All right, so we advance in the regular season. See how we do in the preseason with all that. In the case, see who we can level up. We got some storyline stuff to handle. Better transform the issue. Working on that camp. Conditioning and stamina. Even though Terrence Newman was injured a lot, bro. But conditioning and stamina. Media interview. Coach, going into the season, what area of the team is the strongest? I want to say our offense, bro. Our offense is clearly the strongest, bro. We got the people we feel like we need. So struggle with our defense worries you the most. Damn, I want to say our pass defense, because we don't have a lot of greatness on our pass defense, honestly. Run defense, I'm not, worried about that, but I want to say our pass rush, man, honestly. Even though we're gonna say that it was really a secondary, I don't want to put anything on anybody for real. If we can combine for 30 sacks, I think this is like realistic. That essentially means that if we have Javon Curse does his thing and he gets, and I'm gonna try to just use your edge Javon Curse a lot on defense, but if Javon Curse does his thing and gets at least maybe 11 sacks this year, we need 19 from everybody else. So you mean to tell me that Darwin Walker can't get 5? That's 14 now. After the 5 that he gets, and that's down to 14, between Sean Barber, Al Wilson, and Boss Bailey, we got fast linebackers. All we need is 6 from each of them, which is kind of hard to ask for, but Boss Bailey on the end or Sean Barber should be able to get us at least 7 on their own. Actually, let's do our drafts, man, because set the season goal and then do the drafts. Season goal, we setting this for 7 wins. I feel like we want to make the playoffs, but we want to make sure we can get our stat points. So 7 wins seems realistic to me. Where'd the draft class just go? I'm not sure where the draft class just went. Prospects. Okay, so they just gave us a random draft class. So Let's edit the players and let's download from the download center. Actually, let's edit the players first, and then no, not edit draft card. I thought they had an import from another joint. Let's see if we can get 04. Let's look at 2004. See who pops up here, because I believe that's the draft class we need. Wow. And we don't have any draft class, bro. Oh no, not by username. I'm tripping. Ooh. I'm like, whoa, we ain't got no draft class, bro. That'll suck. It's crazy, bro. 04 class, we're gonna go with 4,000 downloads. We're gonna download that one. Let's see who our draft class is though now. All right, so like I said before, the guys we really focusing on, we gonna make this guy a favorite, make him a favorite. Phillip Rivers is in this draft too. I forgot all about that guy. Yeah, not a lot after those people. JP Lossman, wow, Bills quarterback. So we just gonna favorite them three off the rip, but we really focusing on somebody like Ben Roethlisberger, Willie Parker, like I said, Steven Jackson, okay, Julius Jones. We don't really care as much about running backs, honestly. Greg Jones is a really good pickup. Vontae Leach. All right, so Roy Williams in this draft, Bernard Berrien, Larry Fitzgerald, Lee Evans, Reggie Williams, we talked about him. Michael Clayton, okay, we forgot about him. Sean Woods, all right. So Devery Henderson, it's a guy we're gonna have to like look at, bro. Devery Henderson right here. Michael Jenkins, how did I forget about him too? So I'm not saying I don't really care about Roy Williams, man, but we want to see if we can get Fitz, bro. So Fitz, Lee Evans is good too. But Fitz, Henderson, Jenkins, not sure how many more people we can actually like add to our. Sammy Parker's not bad. But we can add to our favorites. PK Sam, okay. Clarence Moore. All right, Kellen Winslow Jr. We could focus on him too. See Kellen Winslow Jr. Whatever, as a receiving option, whatever. Jason Peters in his draft. Chris Snee. Robert Gallery. We don't need a left tackle though. We're gonna develop what we got on our line, so we're not really worried about the Sean Andrews, bro. Let's set him as a favorite, bro, just because. Jason Babin. Travis LeBoy. Ooh, Robert Gathers. So, there's some good people. Jared Allen's in his draft. Will Smith is in his draft. Not that Will Smith. Always was a joke, bro. Anthony Hargrove. I never knew his name, bro, but I'm a USC fan at heart, bro. I always say Kenichi Udeze. It's probably Udeze. Or it's probably Keneshe Udeze, something like that. Vince Wilfork, bro, how could I forget about him? Darnell Dockett, we're going to add them too, because we can, Tommy Harris. All right, so these is the three. Randy Starks, I think, is down here too. Yeah, Randy Starks from Maryland. Not a bad pickup, but Vince Wilfork, Darnell Dockett. Somebody like Darnell Dockett or Tommy Harris would be a good pickup for us, man. Is that Tank Johnson? Yeah, Tank Johnson isn't bad, but those are the guys. Demario Williams is going to be a fast outside linebacker, we feel like. Jonathan Vilma. We have a middle linebacker, so we're not really concerned about that. Not a need for us. Teddy Lennon. Sorry if I butchered your name, brother. Bill Smith. Okay, there's a Gardner. All right, so next year is the draft where we see a lot more linebackers come out. I think next year is the draft that Patrick Willis comes out, I believe. D'Angelo Hall, Dante Robinson, and somebody like Jason Davis. Not going to be fast, but he's somebody that we can look at. Chris Gamble. I said Corey Gamble earlier. Chris Gamble, 6 foot corner, bro. But these two, there's gonna be a pipe dream if we can even like get them. But Moncaro's not bad, but David's just not gonna be fast enough for us. So I want to say, really, we trying to look at somebody like a Chris Gamble. Honestly, Rudy Gay's not bad. Liverpool. See what we got for safety, man. Bob Sanders, definitely gonna look at him. Sean Taylor comes out, we're gonna favor him too. Will Allen. Eric Coleman's not bad. Matt Ware from the Eagles. Michael Boulware, Jordan Babineau. All right, so Michael Boulware clearly is the truth coming out too. That's one guy we can really look at and really see what we can do. And we might be able to move Archuleta to this free safety, but I mean, honestly, we just kind of gotta like focus on that other side, man, because they got a couple people. Bob Sanders, even though he's undersized at free safety, that'd be crazy. For punter, Andy Lee. Let's look at him. So these are all the favorites really we're looking at right now as far as our team. Some of these are pipe dreams, but we need a quarterback. We need another playmaker, a wide receiver, somebody that takes some people away from people. So if that comes in the form of if Larry Fitzgerald's not available, we probably can say, Michael Jenkins or Devery Henderson. Kellen Winslow an option too as well. Sean Andrews on our line. We're just looking at him just to look at him. We need another person for Javon Curse to have on the other side. And we need somebody else in our 4-3 that we're going to play. That's going to be more pressure at the line. So we don't get somebody like Will Smith. Let's look at getting somebody like Tommy Harris or Darnell Dockett. And a pipe dream, honestly, is D'Angelo Hall or Dante Robinson. Dante Robinson is going to be blazing fast, just like D'Angelo Hall is. But if we get Chris Gamble, I'll settle with that. So really, for real, we need a free safety. We need another corner. We can draft that punter easily. We need some more pressure on the line, so some type of pressure at the line. So a lineman, corner, a safety, a wide receiver, a quarterback. All realistically can be done. We could draft a quarterback round 1. We could draft a receiver easily if one of these slip round 2, or the tight end as another receiving option. We can draft somebody on the end or somebody on the line in round 3. One of these 4 will be there. We can draft a corner easily in this other situation too, but I don't think all of these guys are going like round 1 as far as like in the top 15. So we'll have a chance, and we'll be in the top 15 probably. We'll probably be like 15 pick, who knows. So I think we're gonna call this episode kind of here. Next episode, we're gonna upgrade our players, and we're gonna see what the first game kind of beholds for us. Donovan McNabb is with the Lions, so he's in the NFC. Bro, that even makes my theory even better. We don't have a lot of great quarterbacks in the AFC that's really going to challenge us, bro. They're all in the NFC. But appreciate the support. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. See y'all the next episode. I'm out.